Hey everybody, this is Vito Gesualdi here with two of my buddies.
Allistair Pinsof from Destructoid.com.
I actually just work as a restroom attendant. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Kevin Kelly from Machinama in Wizard World.
And I am Vito Gesualdi. Did I say that already?
You did.
Am I officially with Destructoid today? Helping out Destructoid today.
As much as you can.
Here in the BioShock bathroom, and I am very excited about this. These are some good digs for a bathroom.
They're pretty good. But what I want to talk about is BioShock Infinite.
I want to talk about this couch that's in a bathroom right now. What do you think about that?
It's only appropriate that we're in the bathroom for Destructoid, but it is the most luxurious bathroom I've ever been in. There is literally a giant velveteen black couch in here. Why do you need a couch in your bathroom?
It's extravagant, like BioShock Infinite.
But there you go. That's why they've set this up for us. So we just played BioShock Infinite for how long? Many hours.
2.5 hours from the beginning to...
We've met Elizabeth. That's pretty much the part of the game that we've gone through, and I liked it. What do you think?
I was pretty blown away. It's a total realized world that they've given us with the music and caught moments of conversation, and it's pretty mind-blowing.
Allistair was saying to Ken Levine how crazy it is that you go through probably, I want to say, the first 30 minutes of the game, you don't fire a shot. You're really kind of exploring this world and getting a feel for it.
I was saying before, it reminded me of Chrono Trigger, because it's like this long hour and a half thing where you go to the fair and you play these games and you meet these people, and it just seems kind of ridiculous at first, but the way it sets up the world is, it's not something you get often. And my fear going into the game, they showed us a video before we played today of this big combat scene, and it was like, is this the game they're making where now you have numbers popping out of the enemies?
It's kind of like Borderlands.
Yeah, and I was like, I know about this, but then you play the game, and there's lots of combat scenarios like that, but the bulk of the game is really exploration and a really slow-paced, narrative.
I remember I played the first BioShock, and finding all the parts of the story was kind of the big hook there. And here they've kind of, I almost feel, pushed it to 10, push it to 11.
There's a story that it's impossible to take it all in at first. Yeah. It's overwhelming. Especially my biggest complaint, I guess, about the game so far. It's not really a complaint that much, but the pacing of the combat is so much faster that it's hard to discipline yourself to slow down and find the voxophone and listen to it because you just want to blaze through it.
Yeah. The combat was a good point you brought up. The pace is a lot faster than BioShock at times seemed pretty, when there was a lot of guys coming at you once, it was pretty hairy. This already, and this is just the opening scenes, there's some moments where it gets pretty difficult, and I'm wondering how you guys played, vigor-wise, or what did you guys what was your loadout, so to speak?
Yeah, I was very much, I kept running out of salt, which is your magic power.
Bath salts,
Yeah, it was loading up on bath salts there. I mostly was crouching a lot. I kind of played it like Call of Duty, which is my go-to, style of crouching and hiding behind cover, but...
Definitely works here.
Yeah.
The first game, you weren't limited to 2 weapons, right? You had a full arsenal you could carry. And now you have 2, which I really don't like. Now it's like you spec toward these 2 weapons that you want to build, so it's like, why would I want to pick up the rifle now? And it just kind of... It makes combat a little more redundant than I would like.
Well, I think you rely a lot on the powers you pick up. I mean, one thing I was saying to you was I kind of wish that they actually had a feature where your salts would regenerate a little bit over time instead of constantly running around trying to find pickups to get that back.
Since this is a bathroom, perhaps we should close out before, someone takes a cockadoo in here.
No, that's true. Well, either way, I mean, as far as my expectations, it met and exceeded them. Are you guys kind of...
sky high?
They're sky high. I had sky high expectations, and they soared to me. I don't want to make any more air puns about the game in this game.
Well, it was telling that Ken Levine, when he introduced the game to us tonight, said, after we showed a level... At E3, everyone was like, oh, you guys are full of shit. The game's not going to look like that. It was a scripted moment. You showed us. He was like, I want you guys to go play it and tell us if we're full of shit or not. And they're not full of shit. I mean, this game it delivered. And they had a pretty high bar set by themselves. Yeah. And I think they've gone above and beyond, which I was pleasantly surprised by.
It's crazy how many moments like that I'm thinking back at the first. It's like a 3-hour demo, and I can think of, so many moments, 10 or 15, cool things where I'm like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, I think it gives you what you're not expecting in the best way possible. Kind of like in the Half-Life 2 way. If you're a big fan of Half-Life 1, you have these high expectations. And it takes a lot of elements of the first game, but the world it creates is completely unlike anything you've seen.
So overall, BioShock Infinite, better or worse than having a couch in your bathroom?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot with
that. It's a tough one, right? This couch is really comfy.
It's all right. I know when you have 3 dudes on it, it's a little less comfy, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not the ideal. But ideally, you have You have Vito in your bathroom with a couch and BioShock Infinite on a wall screen.
So the ideal way to play BioShock Infinite is with a large Italian man cuddling you on your bathroom couch. Let's close it out with the flush.
You laugh now.